Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the ultra-budget smartphone market, a space where every single dollar counts, and every feature is a trade-off. We're looking at a device that takes this idea to the extreme, the HONOR X5c Plus. This phone makes one giant promise, a battery that just won't quit. But to deliver that, it makes some of the biggest compromises I've seen in a long time. So the big question is world-class battery life worth a world of sacrifice? Let's find out. Let's start with the one single reason you would even consider buying this phone: the battery. It has a massive 5,260 milliamp hour battery. In the real world, combined with a low-power processor and a low-resolution screen, the endurance is absolutely excellent. Reviewers consistently praise this as the phone's strongest feature. You can easily get 1.5 to 2 full days of moderate use on a single charge. Even with heavy use, it will comfortably last an entire day and well into the next. This is a true marathon runner. But, and this is a huge but, that incredible strength is tied to its most frustrating drawback: charging. The phone is limited to a glacial 10-watt charging speed. A full charge from 0 to 100 takes a painfully long 2.5 to 3 hours. A quick 15-minute top-up before you leave the house will only get you about 9% of battery, which is practically useless if you're in a rush. So you get extreme endurance, but you also get extreme slowness. That feeling of slowness, unfortunately, carries over into every single thing you do on this phone. Performance is without a doubt its most significant weakness. It's powered by an entry-level MediaTek Helio G36 or G81 processor paired with just 4 GB of RAM. In 2024, that combination is outdated and barely adequate. The real-world experience is consistently described by reviewers as laggy and slow. You'll notice stutters just navigating the interface. Multitasking is a struggle, with apps constantly closing in the background as you're trying to switch between them. Now, you might have heard it has a 90 Hz display, which is supposed to make scrolling feel smooth. And in paper, that's a great feature for a budget phone. But in reality, the weak processor is a performance bottleneck. It struggles to consistently push frames at 90 Hz, so you still get lag and delays that completely undermine the intention of having a smooth screen. And if you're a gamer, forget it. Demanding 3D titles like Call of Duty or Genshin Impact are completely unplayable. Next up, the camera. This is a textbook example of a budget camera system. You get a 50-megapixel main sensor and a 2-megapixel depth sensor. No ultra-wide or macro lens here. In bright daylight, photos are okay-ish for the price, but they consistently suffer from poor dynamic range, which means bright skies often get blown out to pure white and dark areas get crushed into blackness, losing all detail. But where it really falls apart is in low light. At night or indoors, photos are plagued with substantial noise, a severe lack of detail, and muted, inaccurate colors. Honestly, they are often so dark and grainy that they are simply unusable. Video is capped at a basic 1080p, but the biggest problem is the complete lack of any electronic or optical stabilization. This results in shaky, jittery footage if you're moving at all while recording. Picking up the HONOR X5c Plus, it feels exactly like what it is: an all-plastic, ultra-budget phone. Reviewers describe it as feeling cheap and dated, with large bezels and a classic water drop notch. On the plus side, you do get a 3.5mm headphone jack, but there are major durability concerns. There's no official IP rating for water resistance and no Gorilla Glass on the screen, so you need to be careful. The display itself continues the theme of compromise. We already talked about the 90 Hz refresh rate being held back by the processor, but its single biggest flaw is brightness. Outdoor visibility is described as poor, making the phone a real challenge to use in direct sunlight. And finally, one of the most critical missing features for many people. In most markets, this phone does not have NFC. That means no contactless payments with Google Pay. For many, that alone is a deal breaker. So, where does that leave us? The HONOR X5c Plus is a phone of extreme trade-offs. It delivers on its promise of incredible multi-day battery life, but that one strength comes at the cost of slow performance, glacial charging, a subpar camera, and a lack of modern features like NFC. When you look at its direct competitors, phones like the Xiaomi Redmi 13C, the Samsung Galaxy A05, or the Realme C51, the picture becomes clear. For just a small price increase, those phones offer a significantly more balanced experience. They often have better processors, much faster charging, like Realme's 33-watt charging, and include NFC. So here's my final recommendation. You should only buy the HONOR X5c Plus if you are on a razor-thin budget, your absolute #1 priority is multi-day battery life, and you have the patience to charge it slowly overnight. It's a viable option as a backup device or a first phone for a child where you only need calls and text to work. You should avoid this phone if you play any games, take photos you care about, use contactless payments, value fast charging, or simply want a responsive, smooth daily experience. Ultimately, reviewers agree. You get what you pay for, but for just a little more, you can get a whole lot better. What do you think? Is that extreme battery life worth the trade-off for you? Let me know down in the comments below. If you found this review helpful, a thumbs up would be amazing, and consider subscribing for more honest tech reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.